morning. I'm Joanne and welcome to Chop Chat Cook. Today we're up in Toowoomba and we're chatting with Jodi and Sherri. Welcome, and it's so great to be here with you both in your kitchen, Jodi. And we're going to be chatting to them about managing a business, a small business, and juggling a young family. Jodi's got 2 children and Sherri's got 3 children. And Sherri has a 1-year-old who comes to work with her 4 days a week.
4 days a week, yeah. Makes lots of noise.
and she's so cute. She's very cute. How did you both meet and start the business?
Yeah, okay. So I think Jodi and I were both working together at a wedding cake shop, and our former employee was retiring, and we're like, okay, well, I think we can't retire yet, so maybe we should join forces. It sort of just came to us one day, and we started planning about 2.5 years ago.
That's right.
And
2.5 years ago.
Opened shop probably 2 years ago, and yeah, haven't looked back. We get on really well. Juggle the kids.
Oh no, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
And you guys have got some beautiful cakes as well.
Oh, thank you.
Which we can see in the background. So today you're going to be making something really exciting for us.
Yes.
What are you going to be making?
Yeah, we're going to be making some little Dashhound sugar cookies and showing a couple of different ways to decorate those.
I might just get started. We'll just
Yeah.
put some,
Can I pass you
Yeah, I might go to the butter first.
butter
please.
first?
Get that going.
The Dashhound cookies, are they a popular item for you at Christmas time?
Yeah, definitely, especially locally. There's a lot of Dashhound lovers in the area.
Really?
A lot of Dashhound Instagram pages. So we figured they've been quite a popular little one.
I'm just going to put some vanilla in too. There.
So Jodi, what's your background? Like, how did you come into the cakes, making?
I'm a little bit opposite to Sherri. Sherri started from the inside out, started baking, and I started from the outside in. I loved artwork and creative things and craft. So yeah, I sort of turned that into a useful skill once the kids came along, and I realised I'm going to have to be making cakes every year for birthdays, so I thought I'd better learn how to do this. And
Okay.
yeah, fell in love with it from there.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Sherri, you did your pastry chef apprenticeship, didn't
Yeah, so about 15 years ago I did the baker pastry chef apprenticeship, and then wanted to learn more fancy cakes, so sort of moved into a wedding cake shop, and yeah, love that ever since. I think we kind of get different orders every week, so we're not stuck to doing just bread rolls and donuts. We get to be more creative, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Do you want to mix
Yeah,
that?
so I might just turn this on. Just gonna get some power happening. Probably have to mix for about 5 minutes. Just need that cream, so that will do. And then we'll have the fun part of rolling out. Add our egg.
I like how it goes up and down.
Yeah, it's really handy, this one.
Yeah, that's clever.
It's got a cut-out motor too, so we can't overburn it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We're a bit obsessed with the KitchenAids. We have a couple of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go slowly with that. Yeah, cookies have sort of come back in lately. We seem to be getting a lot of orders for cookies. I think someone said they're doing Aussie utes with kangaroos on the back.
Yeah.
So we thought, oh, that's different.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's it for the cookie dough. We normally just cling wrap it and put it in the fridge for about half an hour to an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But we do have another one that's ready.
So it must be sort of really challenging, like juggling a small business and with the young family and having, partners who are away quite a lot.
Yeah, I think we feel we have to sort of, it's organised chaos really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like some days are better than others, and we have to prioritise.
Yeah.
So we're like, what has to be done today if someone has to go home, someone's sick, or
okay.
and stay ahead. Wedding cakes are really time consuming. If we with the sugar flowers, we can make them 6 months in advance for people's wedding cakes. So we just really try to stay ahead and have them done in containers and work in like that in case we do have incidents where, someone has to stay home with a sick kid. There's a concert on and they want us to come to it at school, things like that.
Oh, okay. And then you cover for each other as well, don't you?
Yeah.
That's definitely been the best part about working in a team is we're there for each other, we support each other. Just even down to, date nights babysitting each other's kids, so we get a chance.
That's a great idea actually, because that's important as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, particularly when your husbands are away and then they come back, and it's great to sort of catch up with them.
Yeah,
and have a
a
chat.
lot of time really is there. Because I mean, at the start we were doing a lot longer hours than just school hours. We were sort of, maybe have to bring the kids back and get them all playing and get them dinner and then go back in there and do paperwork and all the setup at the start too, wasn't it?
And it's been quite nice too. The kids we've been really lucky. They all get along great. They're almost like cousins now.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So
that's
There's some
nice,
age
isn't it?
gaps too, isn't there?
Like,
they
So
all
we've got
gel.
from 1 up to
High
up to
school.
14. So
Yeah, it's a big range, isn't it?
yeah.
So how does it work with Jeanie here, like 4 days a week?
I don't think we work with every child, but Jeanie's sort of been here since like 2 weeks old, so she's learnt the routine. She knows that, she's going to sit and play, and she'll come in and have a chat with us and then have lunch with us, and come 2:30, time to go pick up the kids, she's, running to the door, bye Auntie Jodi. She's like,
She knows.
And then obviously some days she has her days too, and we're like, oh.
Just got to give her a few more things to play with.
But I think it will sort of, next year, because she'll be getting to 2, I'll be looking at an au pair or more days at daycare.
And then she's in childcare 1 day a week at the
one,
moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she's there today,
There today.
Yeah.
So, and it's socialising for her too, to go to daycare as well, play with other kids.
And we just plan around that. We just use, her daycare day as a day we get all the hardcore stuff done, the really physical stuff that we can't stop in the middle of.
Okay.
Just so it just flows easier then for the rest of the week.
Very organised.
Consultations are normally on a Tuesday where brides and grooms can come in as well.
Okay, so you do that on a Tuesday.
And then Sundays is really good because we can normally line up someone to have all the kids or...
Okay. So you do the consultations together on the Sunday?
Yeah.
All right.
And that seems to be the most popular day as well. They all want Sundays, so they don't have to lose any time at work too, I think. So
yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
We don't do every Sunday. We try to do every second, so we got, some time at home with the kids too.
Yeah, we get a fair few people coming up from Brisbane as well for consultations, so Sunday definitely works better for them around work.
Okay. That's great, isn't it? Now, do we need to move on to the next step?
Yeah, so I might just grab us a chilled cookie dough and we can roll out.
Yeah? Between both of you, what do you think are your 5 tips to, for other people to take on board?
Okay. I think be organised, number one.
Yes.
Definitely take time out, know what your limits are, and have a time when you finish at the end of the day, and try to stay to your routine. So if you're going to do 9 till 5, stick with that. Otherwise, I think you might get a bit lost in your week and spend a lot more time than you have to. I feel if we know we're doing 9 till 5, we'll work at that pace. We're like, we've got to get it done.
Yeah, that's
and
good advice.
Don't lose too much time. What else, Jodi?
Just planning well. We're always aware of what's coming up in orders and what needs to be pre-made, especially things like sugar flowers and
Because they're very time consuming, aren't they?
Very.
Very.
Some cakes can be 3 days alone just on sugar flowers.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Taking time out for yourself where you can, I think too. You're having to schedule holidays in so you've got something to look forward to so you don't drain out too quickly.
Just being supportive to each other.
Yeah.
If someone's had a hard week, it's okay. We're there for each other. We lift each other up. We keep each other positive.
Yeah.
Put
the kettle on.
Yeah.
Have a chat. Talk it out. Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely. Everyone's going through the same thing most likely half the time anyway. So yeah.
All right.
All right.
It's all rolled out. So we just use the sticks as our thickness guide. So that way, they're just the rolling pin rolls along them.
Oh,
so it just keeps it nice and uniform, so all the cookies end up the same thickness then.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
It's just from Bunnings. I mean, there's lots of cool elastics out you can put on your rolling pins, but they're like 50 cents each from Bunnings.
And so they're never going to stretch or, squash, so it keeps it nice and uniform.
That's clever.
Okay, so we might maybe go on to this cutting board actually. Might be great. There's lots of vanilla bean in there, so they should taste good.
Vanilla bean will be delicious, won't it?
So this is just a fun little cookie cutter design. This one is kind of like an extended version of a Dashhound. So
do you leave them in there and keep?
So we just sort of cut all of them out, and then we come back at the end and peel away all the scrap.
And do you have a trick for maximising How much you get out?
No, I think you can leave a little bit of space if you like. It's almost easier to get them out.
How do you juggle school holidays? Is that a little bit more complicated?
Yeah, I think there's a bit more bribery involved in school holidays. We kind of like to go, okay, mum's got to work, we both got to work for the next couple of days, and then maybe on the Wednesday we'll take you to the park or go to a trip to the Darling Down Zoo or something like that. And
just balance it basically, with the fun trips out and working.
I think the Christmas school holidays probably a little bit more difficult because there's 8 weeks.
Yeah. In September, the main wedding season is quite busy, so that one's always probably the most stressful.
Yeah, that's peak time. But staying flexible, I think, we might change our work hours in the school holidays and make that work around the kids too. Maybe we can come in at night when the dad's home or something like that.
Yeah, we make the most of when the dads are home.
Yeah. They come home from work to work again.
And Jodi, do you have family who live by? So
no, I'm from Brisbane originally, so all my family is a couple of hours away. So yeah, it's I've definitely been really lucky that I've formed a really good circle of friends up here, and all the kids get along and know each other through school and are friends through school. So it's it's been wonderful. It's sort of like a second Toowoomba family.
Yeah, that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You need the support. And I think that's also been the bonus of us working together.
Yeah.
Is we've had each other to bounce off. Originally, I've done work like this myself at home, and it's quite draining, especially in the really stressful, busy weeks, to be by yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Sort of, stuck to the work desk, just rolling out flowers hours after hours, sometimes till 2 in the morning even. And
kids go to bed, you start work again, it's another work day.
Yeah, and it's quite isolating, isn't it, if you're home by yourself and you work from home?
You really crave conversation, you crave adult conversation, so that's part of what prompted me to originally start it as a business, rather than just friends and family cakes, is just that more contact with people.
Yeah, extending it.
Yeah, and that helped a lot.
So we just take the middle bit away.
Yeah, just take all. So quite soft.
And Jodi, Sherri said that you were thinking about studying engineering initially.
Originally, yes, I was going to build bridges and roads, and now I build cakes.
That's great, isn't it?
It's kind of funny, really, because every now and then we're doing a real structural cake, and some of those, skills come back into play. And, we use spirit levels on the wedding cakes to make sure they're nice and straight and level. So, yeah, the mathematical skills comes into it with patterns as well. So, yeah, it's sort of... but we've definitely found, as we've been going a couple of years now, and people up here are getting to know us and trust our work, they're giving us a little bit more artistic freedom with their designs.
And what about, looking to the future? Are you sort of going to stay, with just the two of you in the business?
I think we'd probably really love to move into a shop, just to move it away from home base, and Jodi to have her house back as well, and because we do need to expand almost already, but we just need more room, I think, too.
Yeah, space can be an issue. It's just building up our client base so that we have enough forward orders, to make that happen.
Yeah, and that's probably the good thing with wedding cakes. You kind of know what's coming in the next 12 to 18 months as well, so you can see what's happening. Jodi's going to do a fondant decoration, so just roll out and cut using the same cutter, and then we just stick it on top.
Oh, okay.
And we can just pipe some eyes and put a little hat on them, whereas these ones are done with flood work, like filling it with the oil and shaping it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do, Sherri?
We're just going to flood these with honey icing. And then you can put sprinkles on them as I fluff them if you like.
I can do that.
So however you want, you can just we sort of just fill the bodies with pretty sprinkles.
Oh, cool.
Plenty of oil. So yeah, we're just going to flood work all of them in. We're just filling it, and it runs out for us.
And then what are you going to do?
I'm going to do the fondant version. So basically we're going to give him a little Christmas sweater.
Oh,
yeah.
Cute.
It's quite messy job. Colour fondant cookies are you going to do, Jodi? Going for a brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, cute.
Just kneading it a bit, just get it ready.
Okay. Anything we can do to help through there?
Oh, ready to cut out?
Cut out?
Ready, are you?
Okay.
you could probably put the filling on.
Yeah.
So the bonus with the fondant ones is we're just using the same cutter as we did with the cookies.
Just a bit of flavouring we pop underneath the fondant to help it stick to the cookie.
Oh,
And we put a
right.
little bit of our signature raspberry in here, just some flavouring.
Yeah, just lift them up a level.
And then, yeah, we can stick the fondant up like Joe.
Oh, I don't know that I'm going to be really good at that, am I? I think I better not because I'll ruin them.
Well, a trick when you've got any little fine details on the cookies is start
Yeah.
with like the points.
Yeah.
So the nose is the easiest thing to line up first.
To line up. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Best way to learn is to do.
Indeed, this is true. Oh. Okay, cool. That looks good.
Right. So for these little guys, we could do something different, like a little green sweater for Christmas. So I've just got a little bit of sugar paste here.
Yep.
It's like good luck for the day.
So
So
that,
I'm just wetting the back of the
Yeah.
sugar. That just makes it a bit sticky.
oh, okay. And you've done lots of training, haven't you?
Yeah. I used to do a lot of training for other places I've worked. I used to run my own classes at a cafe as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, that was lots of fun.
In cake making.
Yeah, well,
Sugar
I always learned off my teacher. Her greatest saying was, "What's the use of having knowledge if you can't pass it on?" So that was
that's a
something
nice-
I always took with me.
That's a nice philosophy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
So
teaching others.
just creating like a little sweater basically for him.
I suppose it's something that you both could do as part of your business, isn't it? Like the training side of it as well.
Yeah, I think maybe down the track. I think.
Yeah. The hard part was it was okay when my husband was at home. Because it was mostly on weekends, so I'd be away
okay.
and even go out to Chinchilla for a whole weekend teaching, and that became quite difficult, once he needed to
Fun.
work away again.
Yeah.
Finding someone to watch the kids, I guess.
Yeah. So it's definitely, it's something we can always go back to.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
It's kind of nice having a little break from it at the moment. I did it for 7 years, and the most important thing with dealing with sugar paste is always to wrap it back up.
Yes. That doesn't dry out.
That's it, it dries out pretty fast.
Oh, okay.
Keep your hand on the stencil as you go.
And you keep it on the fondant.
Yeah, so it's more of like your sort of,
It's your jacket, isn't it?
yeah, just touching it on there.
All right.
Yeah, just lift it away. That's it.
Oh, cool.
So I'm just swapping that to a really fine point tip.
Oh,
So for more
that is
detailed
fun,
work.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're going to do the decorate the jackets.
Yeah, so I might do a couple little snowflakes on there. Let's get that going.
Yeah, you spend a lot of time in each other's company, don't you?
Yeah, some days it's 6.5 days, isn't
You
it?
spend more time at work than you do with your family.
Well, exactly.
so it's like a marriage, isn't it?
It's quite.
But
It
you
is.
spend more time together.
Yeah.
It is a partnership.
It's
absolutely.
a partnership.
Yeah, but it's
isn't
like
it?
the work marriage.
Yeah, and
it
then
is.
sometimes it's even sisterly, like I find.
Yeah.
Like where,
Yeah, it is.
sort
It's
of
really
thinking-
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
sort of had that time together at Mary's, and we sort of knew that we get on well, it's going to work. So yeah.
No, that's good.
Thanks to all these Netflix shows, Ozstar, like all the cake decorating shows, people are starting to look for more European American style cakes. So they're asking us now for 3D shoes that they can pick up, and we're getting lots of different requests and challenges too. Which I think that's the part that we like about it. That's what sort of made us choose cake decorating. Every week we just have something new to work on.
So how do you keep up to date with the trends? Do you sort of watch those shows and see what's happening?
I think we've done a fair bit of training overseas and in Australia with a lot of the decorators, and practice makes perfect with those sort of cakes too. Yeah, read a lot of books.
and just online things. We just try to keep up with the latest trends, and even if we're not replicating them exactly, we try to put our own twist on things as well sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well,
Oh, well, thank you both very much.
No worries. Pleasure. Thank you for helping.
Oh, you're welcome.